There's a story in 1 Samuel about a woman named Abigail who finds out that David is about to make a terrible decision and murder her husband. Immediately, Abigail acts with understanding. The scripture calls her an intelligent woman, which means that she has understanding. She gets on her donkey, she takes food with her, and she places herself before David. And she says to David, "Please stop, don't do this." And the amazing thing is while she's pleading with him, she reminds him of his true identity. And she says, "You are the next anointed king of Israel. Don't do this." And she gets David to stop. He stands up, and the stunning thing is that he begins to worship God because Abigail got him to see things the right way. I was thinking about this story and how it affects women in our sphere of life. When we are acting as safe havens, when we initiate healing comfort, when we talk to women and watch the tone of our voices and we offer forgiveness, when it's time to act with understanding, it won't be such a surprise to us. We might find out that someone's about to make a bad decision, and rather than trying to fix the problem, the Spirit of God sparks something in us, and we know that we need to act with understanding. That's what helps another person. That one interaction, that one conversation could change the course of that person's life, particularly in that day and in that moment. I remember a few years ago when a family member called me on the phone and she said, "Pam, I need to say something to you that you might not want to hear." And of course I braced myself. And she had just spent a week with my oldest daughter and one of her sisters. And she said, "Pam, I noticed that she's not as happy as she used to be. Her countenance has really changed. I think, Pam, that the school that she's in is not a good environment for her." Well, at first I was a little bit offended because I really valued this school. But as I paid attention to what she was saying, as she pointed something out to me, and I acted with understanding with my daughter, within a few weeks' time, I did notice what she said, and I changed my daughter's schooling. But here's what's really great. Years later, my daughter will say to me, "Mom, I was too young to articulate what was going on. I didn't know what was happening. I couldn't tell you I wasn't happy. I'm so thankful that you saw that and that you changed my situation." That caused me to worship. I cannot tell you how thankful I am that one woman intervened in my daughter's life during that time. What's the difference between us fixing a situation in our own flesh and in our own way and acting with understanding when we know something needs to be done? I believe that when the Spirit of God comes upon us and says, I need you to hear about this, I need you to act, and we move, we create an atomic, divine explosion, and something happens. In that moment, we can change the course of someone's life. So the question I have for us today is this: what do you think the difference is between fixing a situation and acting with divine intervention in a person's life?